So, welcome to the 100th episode of I Love Nerd Life.
Oh, we're just going right into it, huh?
No, it's still the pre-show thing, but I just want to put it out there that this is the Milestone show. So, yep.
Welcome to 100 version 2.0.
So, before we get underway, we did this episode already
Yeah, we did.
and had technical difficulty after the fact. Didn't even know it happened. So we're doing episode 100 over again. And all that magic that we had, I don't know that we'll have it the same way, but hopefully we bring the magic anyway because this is episode 100, even though technically this is episode 101. Let's do the damn thing.
This is ILNL.
Is that snap copywritten?
I believe it is.
Like,
Welcome
can you
to ILNL.
copyright a snap?
You cannot copyright.
You got to be able to copyright or trademark the movement or something. That's like a dance move. Tanisha watches a whole bunch of dance movie things, the dance video things, and those choreographers own those moves. I don't know. That's just a guess. Welcome to episode 100.
You learned me something today.
That's how we start off. So, even though this is our second time doing this, shout out first to Vortex for being the awesome person that you are, for letting us know
that we sounded like crap.
that it was subpar. That it was not at the quality level that we are accustomed.
She hit you with the psst.
Yeah.
Take that down.
She called me up. She sent me a text
That's
message.
not good.
It's like, yo, I think something's
You know better.
not good, homie. Not her exact words. I'm paraphrasing. But, it is what it is. With that being said, this is a celebration of 100 episodes of the I Love Nerd Life show. And, bless you.
Thank you.
And as you see, we've taken down our background because we wanted to really focus in on the conversation that we're going to have. No distractions, as much as we can take out distractions.
That heart's kind of distracting.
And he's in the void.
Right.
There's
Distraction.
a lot of light. There's a lot of light for being in the dark. But with that, we're stoked that we made it to this milestone.
Again.
Second time around.
Is that a world record? Can you have a 100th episode twice?
Let's just say yes, because that's exactly what we're doing. Yeah. So, with that, we decided to talk through a lot of the things that got us here to episode 100. And Chris had the brilliant idea of going to our internet overlord, ChatGPT, and asked ChatGPT what we should talk about. And ChatGPT gave us a plethora of things to discuss.
It's my word.
Yeah, I had to use it. So that's what we're going to do. And just so you can see exactly what we're talking about, booyah, ChatGPT. So, with that, shall we try this again?
Mm-hmm.
One more time.
And hopefully we'll be better the second time around.
Ooh, I can't sing it. Daft Punk.
Yes.
One more time.
Yes.
The music had you feeling so free.
Oh my
You want to celebrate one more time?
Jeez. Y'all don't understand the life of a musician being on a podcast and not being able to sing. Like,
Sounds like a problem he's having around the world.
so wait, does that mean like even when we're Streaming a game.
You should take.
We have to turn the music off.
That means I can't sing.
You shouldn't.
Well, only
There's a
games.
chance
Well,
that
all
it can
the
get
all the
picked up.
games that we've played, you haven't sang. So
You've done a good job of keeping that inside.
I think it's only on a Division.
Yeah, Division, you get really. Into
Take
it.
note. He wants to sing when killing.
It's a very, very serial killerish activity.
Great. So now I'm the musician, and
The musician massacre. That's his moniker.
Oh God.
We need a comic of that.
Please.
All
don't.
right, let's go to ChatGPT, shall we? Before he starts singing, and then we're no longer
Sir,
on the
whoever
show.
you may be, understand that's not what it is. Yeah.
Who's he talking to?
Whoever he may be.
I have no idea.
But go ahead.
All right,
It's Pride Month.
let's just keep him.
Oh yeah, Happy Pride Month.
Thank you.
Yes, yeah, all the things.
There you go.
Catch us at our next con. You might be able to get one if we still have them, which you probably will.
You should.
Yeah. All right, let's do this thing. So, ChatGPT said, "Congratulations on reaching the 100th episode of your nerd culture podcast. Here are some good topics you should consider discussing."
You know what we should have done?
Why are you Kyle? Why are you? Why?
We should have asked it. What should we do if we have to do it all over again?
Oh, that's hard.
Oh, no, we already have this set up. Let's just do this.
Okay, we will.
All right. If something interesting happens, let us know. But let's try to get through this episode with no issues. All right. Number 1. Reflecting on the journey. Take some time to reflect on the evolution of your podcast, the highlights and the challenges you've encountered along the way. Share some memorable moments and express gratitude to your listeners.
I think this is the part where I said it all started 500 BC, blah, 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 yakety smackety. Well, let's see. Reflect on the evolution. Challenges. Stuff breaks.
Stuff does break.
We break stuff.
We have broken stuff.
And we keep on going.
Yes.
Yes.
Like the bunny with the battery that we can't say the brand. We don't know if they're listening or not. Because everything's
Smash, 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 smash.
Yes, but please go.
And the beat goes on. So, I think we all came to, wait, no, that was number 3. Sorry, we're on number 1.
Yes.
Highlights, challenges you've encountered.
Memorable moments. The journey.
Challenges for us has always been consistency.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's been tough.
we are very inconsistent.
Yeah, we have lives though.
We're mental.
I have 3 going on 4 jobs. I work 50 hours a week teaching people's kids.
can't
I'm
do
sorry,
the
dealing with the
living color
behavior of
joke.
people's kids. We do what we can.
Time to go to work.
Yes, I can't.
There
I
you
can't
go.
do that joke, but thank you very much for that.
You're welcome.
Yes, on time. So evolution of the podcast. I told the story the last time I recorded this. I think I can recall most of it.
Well, we started as a page.
What?
I think that it's pretty much telling us
Literally
to
saying to
just
do what we should have done the first time.
Well, we've already done what the Overlord told us to do.
Oh, so it's giving the same answers?
Well,
or
you
prompts?
know, you're literally don't watch this.
Okay.
Apologize and explain. Start the episode by acknowledging the technical issues and apologizing to your listeners for the inconvenience. Explain what went wrong and assure them that you're committed to delivering a great episode.
Oh, okay. So,
okay, so let's do that real quick.
first and foremost, my bad. Mic broke. It may
ChatGPT is on it.
it may or may not happen again. We don't know. Won't know till we listen to as what's the thing goes. Listen to these tracks.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Ooh, there's a song I wanted to. Why is there always a song?
You're a musician.
because songs
That
don't
kills people.
songs don't
hands.
end.
No hands.
The beat goes on.
No. I can't even hum it. Jeez.
Go ahead, Chico.
I don't even know where we were. So okay, we apologize.
Yes. We
Said
assured
it.
that we're working through things.
Yes, might not happen again.
Yes.
Or it might. Who knows?
Yeah.
Uh,
Did we do all the things?
Yeah, the second thing is recap key points. Provide a brief summary of the topics and discussions covered in the original recording. This will help your audience catch up to the main points, even though they didn't listen to the initial version.
Okay, well, we're going through all that stuff anyway, so we're good.
So in layman's terms, do it over.
Do it over. Yeah.
Say you're sorry and do it over.
Apologize. Repent. All right. So,
Repent.
okay. So, yes. This started off as a Facebook page.
Mm-hmm.
That was a part of a previous project, a previous show.
Right.
And it was underutilized. So I asked Chico, like, dude, could you take this over and keep it alive? I even offered it to you a couple of times to just have it because I didn't want it to go to waste. Went through a lot of work to build it, and it was just sitting. We moved it from talking about comics solely to
All things nerdy.
talking about nerd life, which was a great move because it opened us up to a whole bunch more things that we could introduce on the page.
Then I gave you that one faithful text message like, dude, we got 1,000 followers.
Yeah, we grew that page. Chico did a lot of the work on the front end. I did some work on the back, and that thousand number was significant, considering that, you know, it was just there. So then one day, Chico kind of put the idea in front of me of possibly doing a show.
I do a lot, don't I?
Yeah, you do plant a lot of seeds. So you're not spreading seeds, but well, that's a whole different thing. That's not even what I'm. Moving on.
Tune in to Nerds After Dark.
So you put the idea in my head of us possibly doing a show, and so I was kind of on board, kind of a little hesitant, considering where this all came from. But then we sat down and it was like, yo, let's just do it. And then episode 1 happened. Well, episode 0. And then, as time went on, we talked about bringing in more voices to kind of round out the sound and bring in more opinions and stuff. And we reached out to Kristen, who's been on for a good bit of time. And then we reached out to Chris, who was sitting in the wind, waiting in the wind to be discovered. And so,
Well, at least you can do interpretive dancing.
yeah,
You can't
that doesn't involve much singing on the outside. So, so then we went from a twosome to a foursome, and then we added Tunisia to. It's so stupid. We added Tunisia to be our announcer voice, and sometimes she came in and, you know, sat in and was. Oh man, this is different than the first one.
Yeah, it is.
So she came in and did some spots on the show. We became, oh boy, we became a fivesome.
We became this many.
And so the show kind of grew out of, hey,
I think he needs a tissue.
something I don't even know. You're gonna have to just suffer. Yeah, so memorable moments. I think I mentioned this before too. One of the memorable moments for me was just one of the episodes that we did where I wore a Snuggie, and
Well, see, when I
hot.
was thinking that for number 3.
Let's see. Oh yeah, that was it. See, yeah. So I'll get into that when we get to the third one. But do you want to add anything to number 1? Highlights, challenges. You've
I will
encountered along
say,
the way?
I think my memorable moment was the first panel at BlurCon
And
that was
we'll
standing
prob-
remotely.
Yeah, we'll probably get to that too because that was later on.
That was another one?
Yeah, I think that was something that we did.
Oh, crapola.
touch
Then
that.
what
So
the heck
just
did
hold on
we
to it.
what did we remember?
Just hold on to it. Hold on to it. But yeah, Chris.
For me, honestly, I enjoyed
Highlights.
the
Yeah.
commercial. I enjoyed the commercial. The commercial,
commercial
The
was
promo
fun.
we
the
did for
promo
G4.
commercial. Yeah,
Yeah.
like it really hit all the highlights, like what we do, what we nerd out about, and it got people to. I think it got people, or it can get people to understand that you can nerd out about a lot.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It doesn't necessarily have to be video games, anime, technologies. Like, hell, you can nerd out about books, like Kristen. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so it's so many different things that you can nerd out about. So, yeah.
Cool. Number 2.
Well, speaking of that commercial, it's still out there in the ether.
Well, it's on.
Wink,
it's,
wink, nudge, nudge.
it's on-
Vice,
it's on the-
IGN.
No Vice.
No Vice.
Vice is kaputs.
They went the way of G4.
They're about to. Yeah. We need to talk to our friend.
Complex? Does Complex have a channel?
I don't know. Who can we reach out to at Complex?
I have no idea. That just popped in my
then
head.
we'll need to be more consistent and apologize to people ahead of time before we try to approach them.
Yes.
Yeah, so
My
sorry,
bad.
Complex. Hire us. All right, number 2. Nerd culture milestones. Discuss significant milestones in the world of nerd culture, such as the release of influential movies, TV shows, or video games, or major events like conventions or anniversaries of beloved franchises. Anyone want to jump at this first?
One word, 2 syllables. Marvel.
Right, I was going to say, yeah, MCU.
Marvel opened up some floodgates. It brought the inner nerd out of everybody.
People who never followed books all of
Right.
a sudden becoming superhero fans.
And us that read the books religiously all of a sudden became
Historians.
yeah, literally historians. I get it all the time at work. Hey,
You read comics, don't
what you know about this character? I get phone calls at work during work hours. So have you seen this?
You do realize I'm on the clock.
Shout out to
right?
Johnny if he's watching this episode, because he literally asked me what's where we it was either Thursday or Friday. He asked me about a Ben Affleck flick called Hypnosis, where
Yeah.
dude is usually literally his nose, and he calls, "Yo, what's the guy from Jessica Jones? The Purple Man? Yes. Is that the same powers?" So I had to break down explaining the whole pheromones thing. It was like, it's the same, but he was like, I need you to watch the trailer for Hypnosis because I swear it's the same thing. I was like, it's close. It's close. He's warping people's reality more so than just making them do whatever he wants. So, but yeah, that's my. I get like one a week.
How about for you, Chris? Nerd culture milestone.
Milestone. As cliche as this might sound, so apparently there's always been some type of clue to the LGBTQ community or people from the LGBTQIA plus community existing in the comic book world, right? But it wasn't until maybe it was like 2020, maybe 2019, when we started seeing the Pride
Yes.
covers
Yeah.
on the comic books and this and that.
Oh
and
yeah,
third.
Like with Superboy and whatnot.
yeah. DC does Pride covers.
Right. So, but they had just started it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like for a kid, you know what I'm saying, that identifies under one of those umbrella names or titles, names,
Does the word queer literally just cover everything? I feel like it does.
It does.
Isn't it a blanket title?
It's a blanket title. Many of us, so historically queer used to that was a fighting word, like the
Yeah.
F word. That was like
Really?
Yeah.
hell, you call somebody
Yeah.
queer? Oh, we fighting, we throwing down.
Huh.
But we took that and flopped it around, and
And
now
now it's a-
queer is like a
Classification kind
right,
of ish.
because sometimes people fit somewhere
They're
in the
fluid.
middle, right? So
Yeah.
it's just like queer. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I wouldn't trip. Like depending on who's saying it, how you said, like you queer. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. What's
Yeah.
happening?
Tone and context.
What's
yeah.
good?
Yeah.
What's happening, my dude?
It's all on how you say it.
Right.
Presentation is everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, mind what you
Did
say.
we just hear a wild
But yeah,
Tanisha?
those comic book
I think so.
covers, I can see how it can help a kid or even an adult feel seen inside of these worlds. Like, you kind of knew, like looking at some of these comic books now, even prior to the title, you kind of knew, like, oh, they really, we really existed inside of these worlds. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? There was really stories being told, but it wasn't out there as it is now. So.
So Milestone for me, surprisingly, I have two, and one I remember from the last time we did this, and one it kind of just came into my head. So the first one, the one that I remember, is the whole thing of the rise of streaming services. So that made nerd culture way more accessible.
Oh, yeah, like Twitch and more
Not
YouTube.
not necessarily Twitch or YouTube, but more so like Hulu, not Hulu.
Oh, Hulu,
Disney
Netflix.
Plus,
Yeah, gotcha.
Netflix, things. Excuse me, sorry about that. Things like that, because yes, MCU, DCEU, those made the worlds of comic books exciting, but the streaming services made them
Accessible, like from the comfort of your own home.
Exactly.
Versus you always having to go to the movie theaters and things of
Exactly.
nature. Like, I appreciated that because, like, especially when the T virus came out,
Yep.
you're stuck in the crib. Like, movie theaters were closed or whatever, but you still want to see, quality entertainment and things of that nature. So, like, when, like, WandaVision came out, like, that was a thing.
Yeah.
And, like, there's different shows or whatever. So, yeah, like, the streaming services, they stayed on beat with it. But, unfortunately, now, they've been raising prices like they ain't got no daggone sense. And on top of that, been blocking people from sharing passwords, which, I mean, who are you? But
They're a corporation.
I mean, anytime
Such a trash move.
Blockbuster
I'm
comes
over it.
back from the dead,
yo, if
To give-
Blockbuster comes
to-
back
Redbox is
to
gonna rise up.
if Blockbuster come with a streaming service,
no, they came back and was giving
they
Netflix
poked
all
the bear.
types of
They poked the bear.
yeah.
Yeah.
what do you mean? Oh,
Yeah,
They
they
went
was-
after Netflix.
They was picking on them on Twitter.
Yeah.
oh, that's right.
Yeah. Just,
Because they only had like one or two.
there's one Blockbuster left.
Right.
If my memory serves me
Is it
correct.
still?
It's what?
It's still there?
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
one.
It's personally owned or something like that in one place. I can't remember where it is. There's a documentary about it. But
saw
yeah,
a
so
movie.
the other thing was the accessibility of computer games. Nerd culture has expanded because there used to be the PC culture people, console culture people, but because of the rise of devices like the Steam Deck, it made computer gaming more accessible, which expanded and connected the nerd culture. There's no more.
We are one. We are one. Are you a PC gamer? We are one.
Right.
How about console? We are one.
Right. So
I take mine on the go. I put it in my bag.
those I think are like killer milestones because now
Do mobile gamers still count?
I still put them in their
Do
own
we still
place.
frown at that?
I still look at them.
I
as,
mean, my kids.
no
be,
offense, Tanisha. No offense.
Oh, my kids be on it. Like, I'm not even talking about Candy Crush. I'm talking about like what? Call of Duty Warzone.
Oh yeah,
Like,
the
Yeah.
AAA games
They are
have
making-
expanded into the
Yeah,
mobile
My
devices.
kids. Yeah, some of my students they still be on it, and they be like, well, "What's your leveling?"
I'm your
Sir,
teacher.
dude,
I'm your teacher.
I'm not even teacher. I'm a dean of students. Hold up. Dean of students. So, sir, I don't have time.
I won't see you online.
I ain't gonna lie, I do play Marvel Snap, so there's that.
Well, there you go. Number 3, favorite episode or interviews. Highlight some of your favorite episodes or interviews from the past. Share what made those episodes special and revisit some interesting discussions or guests you've had on the show. I'm gonna jump out real quick.
Yeah, the Snuggie.
I'm gonna get the Snuggie episode out the way.
Yeah, definitely the Snuggie.
Okay.
Watching you suffer. That was great.
So
And you did it to
here's the
yourself.
thing. So here's the thing.
Oh, coming down.
So in doing the Snuggie episode, I have this zebra print Snuggie.
I don't even remember what it was about.
Who knows? But I started the episode wearing the Snuggie, and as you see, we have lights, and I do wear a lot of black. So I was wearing.
Was
a
that the
black
first
hat
time
around
I
the
got
room.
censored for cursing?
Who knows? But during the first like 15, 20 minutes, I was a trooper.
It was impressive.
I was a trooper. But then after a while, it just got utterly ridiculously hot. And I could take no more. I took as much verbal abuse as I could. But the heat is what put me over the top. But it was so funny because, like, outside of everybody just enjoying the moment of laughing at my expense, it was just fun. It set the tone for a really fun episode. It was really memorable. It's even made our promo cut. So that was just like us being us. So that was one of my favorite episodes. Going back watching Blurred Con, the Blurred Con show that we did, the live show, that was fun too because that was us being us with people and people responding directly. So I'd say those are probably my favorite ones. The interview with Kyle and K Murdoch and One Up was also pretty cool too.
Oh, the J1 Con. That was fun.
Yeah. Tell the people.
Yeah, so it started out with like 3 people just randomly sitting in front of us. Not sure if they came to watch the show or they just needed a place to sit down. And next thing we know, everything was filled. And we're just chatting along with the folks. We had somebody doing acrobatics.
Oh, Chris is a fan.
IG Crush. He was definitely in the building.
Like flipped out in front of us while we were doing the
I
thing
love
and
it.
landed flat on his side.
Cause was he just running around or
He was a character from Hero
Naruto.
Academia.
I thought it was
He was wearing green.
green. Oh, he was
he was both.
Rock Lee from Naruto.
He was Rocket League, but
That's
he
it.
also
Yeah.
he also was like the fur was a
But he's
fur
like
bottom.
switched costumes like throughout the
Yes.
day or something.
Yes.
Yeah. So during the time that
He did a lot.
bombed us, he was wearing that green cosplay.
So his
Yeah.
his IG
Go for
is above_average_human. His name is Derek Vincent. And yeah, IG Crush, slight other crush. And yeah,
And you can catch him on.
do I really?
Well, you said it last time.
I mean, yeah. OnlyFans under Sage of
Wish we
Six
had a
Packs.
fan.
So yeah,
We're promoting.
absolutely.
Yes. So that was cool. I will say this just to be on the record. The person who cosplayed Link got in our site view, which really ticked me off when I started watching the replay. I was completely blocked. And if you watch near the end of it,
The old lady blocked you.
I got up and got myself into frame so I can still be seen because I was completely blocked. Here's a funny story. I go to Otakon. Is it Otakon or Katsucon? It's Katsucon. I go to Katsucon and I see Link at Katsucon. So me and
Really?
Brittany,
Mm-hmm.
we mean mugged her. I told her what happened and we just stared at her like daggers. She never saw us, but it made me feel
Thankfully.
good.
So you had a mean girl moment?
Yes.
Yeah, he did.
Yes, I did, and I had support.
Mean girls
Yes.
moment.
Yes, and it was great.
Oh my God.
Living the dream, huh?
Living the dream.
All right, number 4, community engagement. Talk about the impact your podcast has had on nerd culture, the nerd culture community. Share stories and messages from your listeners about how the podcast has influenced or inspired them. We shared this story last time.
Yeah, and that person literally is the reason we're doing this over again, thankfully.
So shout out to Vortex at Cosplay Conversations. Check her out. Thank you so much for your support and also being a trooper for us, because you proved that people listen to our show by telling us the show was garbage.
Outside of my godson.
Yes. So impact. I think we all can agree, and if you want to add or subtract to this, feel free. When we do our shows live, we really get to interact with people who either know about us or never heard about us.
Yep.
And we get fans. I think it's cool when we get to engage that way. The panel that we did at AwesomeCon last year was really cool, even though it was a small crowd in the room. The amount of engagement just from the small group of people showed that we gave them something to cheer, gave them something to feel like they were a part of.
Indeed.
And I think that proved the power of not just our community, but the power of being there for the underrepresented, and being a voice. So I feel like we add to the conversation in ways that many others don't do the way that we do it.
And shout out to Rob for that day, because he literally had people that was at his table looking to buy artwork and stuff. He's like, yo, I'm about to go do this thing. Y'all should come along. And he brought 5 or 6 people up to the joint. So shout out to Bob.
Shout out to Bobby Lex. Any extra that you want to add to it?
About community engagement.
Yeah.
My kids.
Yeah.
So I told my kids that, hey, because they were like, well, what do you do when you're not here? It's like, I'm glad you realize I don't live here.
We did talk about that last time. Yeah.
I was like, I sing, but I also do a podcast with my friends from high school. You're still friends with? Yes, I'm still friends with some of my friends from high school. Yes. And I told them about the podcast. So they came back the next day. Oh my God, I saw you doing da 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 da, and you all were talking about blah blah blah. I was like, yeah, that's what we do or whatever. So I mean, I still have this goal of doing an episode teaching kids in whatever school that I'm at, especially next school year. But we'll find that out hopefully within the next couple of weeks where I'm going to be next school year. But yeah, it's good to show kids hey, yes, there's a real people that do podcasts and you can do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Let's see what our online overlord has us talking about next. So, let's see, nerd culture trends. Discuss current trends and shifts within nerd culture. This could include analyzing the popularity of certain genres, the rise of streaming platforms, or the impact of social media on fandom communities. Who wants this? Who wants to start off? Who wants to jump off?
Well, I think the mobile gaming, as far as the Switch definitely changed up things. Switch Lite, definitely Steam Deck. There's something that just came out.
Or coming out?
That's
Asus Rogue.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
that's
Rogue
supposed
Ally.
to kind of be in competition with the Steam Deck. So all these different things, like, it gives people the opportunity to, do their gaming on the go. And like I said, initially I didn't classify as a PC gamer. However, now I do.
Right.
Shout outs to what's it called? Full Sail for the laptop. Appreciate it.
Well, you paid for it. So it wasn't a gift.
I paid way too much for it. Come to find out, I saw the same laptop at what is it called? Not Sam's Club. Oh, Costco.
Yeah.
But yeah, they overcharge me. But yeah, but anyway, but yeah, like that crossover to PC gaming and console gaming or what have you, like it's fire.
Yep.
So yeah, and you can hook it up to your TV.
Yes.
That's
you
another
can
thing.
hook up to a 4K display.
So you are like
You're
literally
gaming with power.
with the glove. 80s kids, 90 kids, do they know about that?
Early 90s.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're gaming with power.
Yes.
Freddy Cougar.
Gen X and millennials, no.
Yes. Well, depending on who you ask what the age range is for Gen X and Gen Z and millennials, I'm hating this new era. We're classified with millennials.
Just YouTube gaming with power, or was it Power Glove? Nintendo Power Glove.
Well,
and you'll see the commercial.
You do gaming with power or gaming with superpower because that's the Super Nintendo.
Super Nintendo didn't have a gaming glove.
No. The slogan
I'm confused.
for Nintendo, the slogan was "You're gaming with power." And then for Super Nintendo, the slogan
gaming with
was "You're gaming
superpower."
with superpower.
They said that?
I just watched a documentary like
That
a
is
couple days ago.
so not it.
Yeah, that's how come.
Thinking back.
That's how come Genesis does what Nintendo don't. Oh, it was a great time for.
Yeah, them wars was harsh.
Shots.
Yeah.
They were shooting shots.
Yeah, it was great. It was a great time. Yeah. Oh, real quick, just sidebar. Were you a Nintendo fanboy or a Genesis fanboy? Or neither.
I had a Game Boy.
So you were
So
camp Nintendo.
I guess Nintendo.
Yeah.
So, looking back,
I ended up with
Life.
both eventually, but
Yeah.
yeah, Game Boy.
yeah, life wasn't as I had more access than what I thought I did. So I went from Atari to Nintendo to Sega Genesis to PlayStation.
Yo,
Yeah.
you just remind me of something. So went to storage with my mom, and in the corner, my brother, he's like, "What's an Atari XE?"
Cool.
I'm like, "Yo, stop playing." Sure enough, my Atari XE is sitting in storage.
Nice.
It's in there. So
Did you get it and see if it powers up?
no, we left it in there because we got to go back and finish it. We've been
But don't you gotta use the
cleaning it
two
out.
things where you slide it into the screws and
No, the XE was the computer.
Yeah.
so it's
Even
the,
found a floppy disk drive. I have to
Nice.
bring it.
Yeah.
So is it
yeah.
a
Three-prong?
the audio, video?
Was
red-
that three-prong or was it
red
switch?
You sure that wasn't a RF unit?
That's the one with channel 3 and channel 4, right?
Yeah, we're showing our age
I
here.
don't remember.
Yeah.
Channel 3, Channel 4.
It depends.
Because that came out around the same time as the
That's around
NES.
That's around the Commodore, and
So it probably
and
had.
the Tandy and all of that stuff like that.
Jeez.
All right, I'm sorry. Back to the question real quick.
My bad.
All right, so
Oh, trends and shifts
yes.
in culture. The movements of where people are posting and streaming. like with all the extra rules and regulations, a lot of people have left YouTube and Twitch, excuse me, and gone to other places like Caffeine, Rumble.
Yeah, that is so trash. Like the fact, like I can't hum, I can't sing,
People got to make their money.
and then can't curse. Majority of the time,
platform,
depending
yeah.
on like we can't
Yeah.
curse. I think we got what 2, 3 per episode we can do.
No, there's no like rule of what's acceptable. You got to define if this is safe for children.
Yeah.
So
Are we safe for children? Or
we are marked as not safe for children, but we don't restrict age.
What?
Because so here's the funny thing about this, real quick.
How does that
just
work?
A small deviate. So there's some content that's made for kids.
Mm-hmm.
So kids and their kids' accounts can watch that content.
Mm-hmm.
There's some things that are not made for kids, but they're not obscene.
Right.
That's where we land.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
And then there's the things that
Really?
are not
With
made
my
for
mouth?
kids, even with your mouth.
Huh.
And then there's things that are not made for kids because they are obscene.
Okay.
So the things that are not made for kids but are not obscene, there's still an age restriction. I think you have to be at least 14 to see that content. Supposedly. So if they're using an account and it has the proper age in there, I think it would restrict some of the things that they cannot see. So if they don't log in, we don't block it. They won't block it. So
Whereas on Rumble, it don't matter.
it's the Wild Wild West, baby. All right, so a trend, a shift. I'm the resident gamer here, so of course my opinions lean more into gaming. I alluded to it before. The whole thing of gaming has evolved. Like what used to be just mostly a male-dominated activity has become more readily acceptable no matter who you are. The content has also evolved to where the game creators are creating more diverse games with more diverse characters, including more diverse backgrounds. You're seeing a lot of DEI in games, diversity, equity, inclusion.
Okay, I'm like,
And it's not like sorry for the way I'm going to frame it, blonde hair, blue-eyed character saving the girl who gets punched in the gut. Double Dragon. Look it up. There's a lot more cerebral games, more things that are tackling a lot more subjects, which then evolves.
Sorry, random moment. Do you know you've never played Saints Row games, right?
No, I played all the Saints Row games.
You have?
Yes, except for the newest one.
Okay, so you've played 4.
Yes, that's the Gat one, right? Oh no, that's what's the name for president.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you got to play the Double Dragon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So I think that's like the biggest trend right now. That gaming is not just for the ultra geeky. Nerd culture has evolved, and so has the acceptance of games.
like it's put in dating profiles. Like I'm a gamer.
Yeah, and that can open up to
right.
Well,
yeah.
the way people are these days, you kind of have to say that because you got those people that are on these dating apps and thinking, okay, yes, your attention's going to be on me.
Yeah.
See,
First of all, it says gamer. That's my quiet time. So,
I understand.
So either pull up a controller or go ahead and scroll past.
Thank you.
Number 6, behind the scenes insights. Offer a glimpse into the behind the scenes process of creating your podcast. Discuss the research, preparation, the production involved, as well as the challenges or funny moments that have occurred while recording. Okay, so let me knock out the behind the scenes part, and then we can go into the rest of it. So I'm gonna turn off our thingamabobber. And as you see, green screen. Now if I switch it over to Chris, his is still active. We do run in a virtual set. So all of those 8-bit, you want to do it? Then put it over to you. I'll switch it over.
Oh God.
So we do run in a virtual set, and all those 8-bit, 16-bit backgrounds that we use are not real places. Of course, you ready? All right, here you go.
It's hot.
Yeah, magic.
Okay.
It's not
The
snuggy
magic
hot, but it's hot.
talking
There you go. So as you see, dynamic effect.
Oh, praise the talking heads.
So as far as other things that we do, as you see, we have all these really lovely mics and cameras, and there's a ton of gear that you can't see.
Bells and whistles and
Lots of keyboards, lots of computer processing that happens in the back. It's a deal. It's a big deal for the work that we put into making this thing happen. And it's not perfect. It's a work in progress. So that leads into the challenges and funny moments that occur while recording. Sometimes you record a show and a mic isn't working properly. So there we go. We've already tackled the elephant in the room. Go ahead, Chris.
Also, do not wear green.
Green.
So, the last school I was at.
or blue or yellow.
Anything that's in the color spectrum of green.
Crap. Yeah. So, the school that the last school I worked at, yeah, their colors are green and white. So, and they give away a lot of free stuff because I don't believe in buying stuff from schools unless I don't believe in buying stuff from schools. So they would give me all this stuff. And of course, any given Saturday, I come in, it's like, I have a green shirt on. So, yeah.
And Tim automatically says,
Do you have another shirt? To which I say, most of the time, yes. Yes. But then there were times when Tim would dig in his closet and look out for your boy. So,
yes.
yeah.
We have to do the things to make the show go, including offering non-green chroma keyed shirts.
Sometimes I just don't care, but
Sometimes you will have a hole in your chest because it is what it is.
Yeah. But also, like we have conversations about, okay, what do you want to post about? What do we want to post about? We used to do it where we would go to the different posts in the group, and we would
Facebook
talk
page.
about the Facebook page, and we talk about the memes and things of that nature. Do shout outs.
Yeah, we
read the
tried
comments
a
and things
few
of that nature.
gimmicks here and there, depending on what Facebook allowed us to do.
right.
Yeah.
Good old Facebook and the algorithms. But yeah.
A lot of the prep stuff mostly isn't prep in a traditional sense. We're very Larry King, where we speak off the cuff, very organic, impressions, reactions, knowledge. That's what comes through. The most preparation is just figuring out what our direction is, and then we just hit the record button and go. Sometimes that is, less than desirable depending on the subject matter. Sometimes it's a hit, and we hit more.
Like, what
singles,
can we
doubles.
actually talk about?
Yeah, we hit more singles, doubles, and triples than home runs, which is always good to get on base. So it's a good thing. Baseball analogy. So next, number 7, future plans. Share your vision of the future of the podcast. Discuss upcoming guests, topics you plan to cover, or any new segments or features you're considering introducing to keep the show fresh and engaging.
No.
We don't want to give away the secret sauce.
No. People steal our ideas and get our guests before we can have them on there. No.
Oh, I can't sing that song.
So what we can say is that we do want to introduce more guests.
Yes.
We want to introduce more panelists. We do want to find more ways to engage or re-engage. That's within the abilities of what we can do, because we are trying to keep consistent as best as we can.
I'll just say, because my best friend. ... best friend? Oh, my song was Ratchet.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Just trying to save it. Just trying to do
No-
for the kids.
No twerking.
Yeah,
Just
for the kids.
just for the song.
So yeah, so TBD on that. All right.
You will see.
Number 8, fan interaction in QA. Consider inviting fans to send in questions or comments for your 100th episode. Answer those questions, respond to their feedback, and show
Yeah, we skipped
appreciation
that
for
one.
Yeah, and we're gonna skip it again
Yeah.
because
Because
that
we
didn't
found,
happen then.
yeah, we found this out on the fly. So,
Yeah, and it's not happening now. Number 9.
but if you have a question, I mean,
You can put it in the comments.
put it in the comments.
Yeah, put it in there.
Somebody will read it.
Yeah. Vortex, give us a question. All right. Junior, give us a question. There we go. All right. Number 9. Nerd culture recommendations. Offer recommendations of other nerd culture podcasts, books, movies, TV shows, or video games that you enjoy recently. This can help your audience discover new content they may be interested in. We all had something last time. So, Chico, I'll throw it to you. Start us off.
Well, first and foremost, cosplay and conversations.
Yes.
Head
Head HNIC.
Nerds in Charge.
Yep.
Blurty Massacre. Great for the horror nerds. Fun time. Dun, 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 dun. That's about it for now. I mean, then my comic list is too long for anybody, so yeah,
So where can they check out what you do?
you can't.
I thought Comics for the Culture is doing its thing.
No,
Oh, well, nix that.
because I can't afford books.
Economics.
Yeah, man.
We need to get sponsors.
RGT 85.
Yes.
Beat 'em ups. There's a lot of people that I look to for
That's a smart.
technology.
I need to do that too.
What?
Look at what I look at on YouTube all the time. I didn't do that last time. I tried to do it for my memory, and I didn't
Oh yeah,
have that
YouTube.
many.
She was, I watch two guys that stream a lot. Oxhorn and the Rad Brad. They're pretty fun to watch. Oh, Comics Explained and
Absolutely.
Blurred Without Fear. They are great for your comic needs.
Watch Mojo is cool. Sometime, well, not all the time. I always watch that. Before you buy, I always go there before I buy a video game so I can see the gameplay. I have to be mindful of my taste may not be like everybody else's taste. So it's based off because they might say, "Oh, we don't like it," but it's like, "Hey, before you buy, you make the decision." Blah blah blah. So, I just do that so I can review the video game before I purchase it. Yeah.
So I will throw out. I'm a sports fan, but I enjoy sports journalism more than sports. So Le Batard, Dan Le Batard, he left ESPN and created the Pirate Ship. All the defectives from ESPN went to his platform. So Le Batard show is on YouTube. I watch that all the time. ETA Prime is one of my favorites. Go ahead.
Marquise Brownlee, he is amazing. I love his reviews. It's MKBHD. Yeah, he's always awesome. And Mr. Who's the Boss, he's cool too. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. And so, the other recommendation is John Gadget. I'm really big into tinkering, and I love stuff like this. This is my multi-tool. If you're a geek or a nerd, you know what a multi-tool is. And John Gadget does a lot of reviews on EDC, everyday carry stuff. So I love that type of stuff. As far as video games, highly recommend Street Fighter 6. It is the return of Street Fighter, in my opinion. I love it. Diablo 4. I've been waiting 10 years for the next Diablo, and it came. I'm
Oh, wow.
enjoying what
10
I
years?
see. Diablo 3 is 10 years old.
Oh,
Very old game. But Diablo 4 just released, and that has got me really excited. Star Wars Jedi Survivor. I just finished it. Awesome game, great story. Those are like my big recommendations. I also am enjoying WWE 2K23.
really?
Yeah, a lot more than I thought I would. I bought it because of a friend, Robert. And like I really enjoy it. I can't wait for us to do not showcase but the GM.
Oh,
thing.
okay.
I think that would be really fun. I recommend as a movie Reinfeld. See?
Really?
Yeah.
What is
Reinfeld is so great. It is a Nicolas Cage movie where
Where
he
he's
is
Dracula.
Dracula.
Yes.
The Universal
Yeah,
monster
I do
Dracula.
Need to watch that. Oh, I need to watch that.
So great. Like everything you would ever picture to be a Universal monster in today's movie climate. Not Jack Nick. Oh man. Nicolas Cage. Oh man, so great, so great. Those are the things that I think are really cool that I would recommend. Games. This one definitely. Cash Flow, which hopefully we get a chance to play.
Screen.
So, Cash Flow is an educational game, so a lot of you may not want to get with it. But for those that are into
He just
finance,
told people they ain't educated.
no, I said they might not want to get into it. Like some people like Monopoly,
That's educational.
not like this. This is like you're learning something at the end.
Intentionally.
Yeah. So, so there you go. Moving on. The last one, number 10. Looking ahead. Take a moment to look ahead at the future of nerd culture. Discuss upcoming releases, anticipated events, or predictions about how the landscape of nerd culture might change in the coming years. Ooh. Wrong camera.
Where is that one?
That camera,
It's that way.
Huh.
yeah, so it's that ring light one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's camera number 4. I didn't think it was still connected. Well, yeah, go ahead.
Technology, anticipated events. Well, anticipated events, of course, we're about to do Awesome Con.
Yeah, in a couple weeks.
Yeah. Still waiting to hear what's up with BlurCon. I personally, once things kind of get balanced, I really want to get into cosplay. I only had one cosplay moment. That was with the gods. So had that cosplay moment, but I do want to do more. Yeah, so I want to do more cosplay. Yeah.
Should I go first? I mean, next. Give you some time.
My prediction is DC is going to make the movie-going experience very interesting in the next couple of years. With what's his name, James Gunn,
Yes.
at the helm, because he's really shaking things up right now.
Is he?
Anticipated events. Isn't there an Xbox showcase coming up?
Yes, it is.
I'm looking forward to that.
The Sony one was really good.
Yeah, it was. Releases. The X Gala for X-Men.
Yo,
That's coming up.
Bruh,
like
I
Disney's
have
making
been-
a whole big deal about
I
it.
have been sitting out here like, yo, can I really go to the West Coast and do this gala?
From what I learned, we may be able to do that. What I talked about in the room.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
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 That's in the back of my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. Also, real quick. So the cosplay that I did was for Juneteenth into the deities of the African diaspora. It's on YouTube.
Good job. So upcoming releases, anticipated events, predictions. So my prediction is that that Marvel is going to have a really, really hard time to keep its momentum because phase 1 through 4 was like rocket ship. Phase 5 is having some troubles. And with all the things that they're talking about trying to do, and they lost all of their mainstay people, they have some left. But recently they lost the Guardians because the Guardians are, that third movie came, and then like the new Guardians is coming, and so on and so forth. The ripple effect of Phase 5. I think this is an opportunity for DC. So my prediction is that Marvel is not going to be as strong as it has been for as long as it's been in the cinematic universe.
Cinematic, no, but do you think their shows are still going to hold up?
I'm kind of worried about their shows too because of how they were so tied into Phase 5. I think the landscape of nerd culture is going to just get younger and weirder. Like being that we're of a certain generation, we kind of laid the foundation. But just like with music, it's evolving, and it's evolving right in front of us.
Lord, please don't let it be.
So
God.
I'm seeing that what we call nerd culture in a couple of years is not going to look anything like what we know it to be.
I think
more
nerd
hope
culture is just going to
and
blend into pop culture.
I
Yes.
have more hope and faith that, as far as in nerd culture, things will be a lot better than what I've seen in, especially rap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the measuring stick for youth movement, in my opinion.
Oh, God.
Like how
I
that
will
music
say, I
goes
do
is how
think-
our culture goes.
I do think blurred culture is just going to continue to grow
It's funny you say
in
that.
a really great space.
That's one of the things that I'm anticipating as an event. Hopefully everything comes together. We will have a movie this time next year.
Oh yeah.
We're in pre-production right now, working on, I can't say the name, but we are working on a doco, and hopefully it comes together and we can complete it, because when you've never done something before, everything is new, even though you have the experience. So I'm looking forward to that event of one day being able to go to a theater and say, that's our movie. So let's see if it happens, and hopefully we can talk more about it as we move towards the next 100th episode. Hopefully it won't be 100th episode version 2.
3.
Oh, well, that will be episode 200 version 2. So all those things, that's what we're looking at into the future that is nerd culture. So shout out to ChatGPT and all the people that made that, because without that, we would have done something else for this episode 2 times in a row. Shout out to Chris for coming up with the idea of using ChatGPT for all these ideas. So that was really cool. We got to do technology for our 100th episode. So with that, let's close this thing out. For Chris,
Peace.
for Chico, for Tunisia and Kristen.
In case
I
it
am
broke, we
Tim.
know that's going to come through.
Oh, there you go. This has been our 100th episode, and
Version 2.
Version 2, and yeah, it's been an honor to be on this ride with you guys. To make it to this milestone means a lot. speaking for everybody, we love what we do, but we even love more when people echo it back to us. It shows that we're, being a part of the thing. So that's pretty fun. You can catch us anywhere that our socials are all I Love Nerd Life. So anywhere
Yes.
there's social, you can find us there. Of course, you can find us in the podcast directories until we no longer are there. So hopefully we can stay there and keep staying there. And catch us anytime we're doing our live stuff. We're looking to be at AwesomeCon in a couple weeks. We're
June
shooting
16th.
Yep, at 7:00 p.m. Eastern. We're looking to be at Baltimore in September. We're looking to be at BlurCon hopefully in July. I think that's when it is.
I think so.
Yeah,
Maybe.
And there's another event in October or September, October. I just can't recall which one it is. Hopefully that will end out our con season.
Then we can hibernate.
And then we can go Yogi Bear and chill out with picnic baskets. So, with that, thank you for watching and listening. And always, this is ILNL. Catch you on the next 100th episode, version 2 in the future.
Wait, what?
Right. No.
No, 200. Sorry.
See you the next two.
Oh, see you 100 episodes
Man,
into the future.
we'll see you next episode.
Yeah.
101.
Yes. There you go. That's the thing.
One episode at a time.
One episode at a time. 100% of 100%.
Oh, you said it already.
Yeah, you did.
Yes.
You already closed
Yes.
us out.
I know.
Cool.
Goodbye.
Click
Yeah.
the button.
All
right.
the things.
Okay. I'm trying to find the right thing. All right, I got it. Here we go.